All right, we are live on Facebook. Sorry for the little bit of delay, some technical difficulties, but I'm Nick, and with me is Ron from Hill Valley Dairy. Welcome, Ron.
Hi, Nick. Hi, everybody.
You are not Josie, like it says in your thing. That is your better half.
That is my
But
better half. The other better half of the Hill Valley Dairy as well.
so Hill Valley Dairy is a family business in all aspects. What for those people who don't know, what exactly is Hill Valley Dairy?
Sure. Hill Valley Dairy it's a cheese business. Josie and I started about 4 years ago now. I used to say 3 years ago, but now we'll say 4 years ago now. Um, and it's a cheese business that is an extension of my family's farm that I grew up on. And now my older brother and his wife, they own and operate the family dairy farm. That's in East Troy. Josie and I have our cheese business here in Lake Geneva. And I source milk from the family farm for making the cheese curds and the cheddars and goudas that we currently produce and sell in the greater area, kind of southeast Wisconsin here.
So tonight we wanted to talk a little bit about your business, share some cheesy, delicious recipes, just have a good time. If anybody has questions about how cheese is made or Hill Valley Dairy or whatever, comment to them on Facebook Live, and we'll do our best to answer. There's a little delay back and forth, but we'll do that. Ron, I'd be remiss. Cheers.
Hey, cheers, Nick.
Hope everybody else is having a little drink with us. What are you drinking tonight?
I happen to be sipping on whiskey distilled by Great Northern Distilling in Plover, Wisconsin.
Well, very good. You know what I'm snacking on? I'm snacking on cheese that is washed with whiskey from Great Northern Distilling. So can you tell us why the Great Northern Distilling drink and the Great Northern Distilling cheese?
Yeah, that goes back
Oh,
to the family story. You already know it's cheese made with milk from a family's farm, and then the whiskey is the one of the distillers at Great Northern Distilling is my brother-in-law. So those of you who see Josie on the screen, maybe that's everybody. So Josie's brother is the distiller at Great Northern Distilling. I do have the bottle next to me too. I'll show you the right.
So beautiful.
Yep. So I'm drinking their rye whiskey. I don't know, hand sign or hand mark every bottle. This one says TM for Tyler Monahan, and his little message is amen. So it turns out the cheddar I make and the Gouda I make and the whiskey he distills, their rye whiskey, go together super well when you wash the cheeses, or when I wash
I agree.
cheeses. I soak the cheeses in the whiskey for a couple weeks, and it takes on some really nice flavors out of the whiskey that complement the cheese. They go really good together. It's something, well, Nick, you know the story very well, that we did it for a whiskey release event at Lake Geneva Country Meats. But when it went over so well, not only there, but I had some I took to farmers markets too, and now it's
People were angry that you didn't have it at the farmers markets.
Yeah, so it has stuck. It is now a regular product, a regular line of cheese that I make.
So before we start talking about some of these cheesy recipes, because everybody knows you can just eat a little cheese here and there.
Yeah.
How are you doing with coronavirus? Are you still doing business as normal? But I mean, you can't. So how's it going for you?
Right. Business is not normal. It turns out, and coronavirus has reminded me that a lot of my volume I was delivering to restaurants. Restaurants, as you can imagine, if they're deep fried cheese curds, they're getting a lot of cheese curds. The restaurants that are using my cheddars and Gouda on their menu, they were getting a fair volume of cheddar and Gouda. So I have not been delivering to restaurants. That's the biggest change in things in terms of cheese sales and cheese volumes and so forth. So just waiting. Waiting. I think as all of us are waiting to see the other side of this again. But yeah.
We hear about farmers having to dump milk. Is that affecting you at all? You buy all your milk from your brother Frank in East Troy. How's he holding up?
He's holding up well enough. He's even though so I buy some of the milk from the dairy farm, and Frank, he belongs to co-op. So I guess to say in general, he is feeling like, even though we have this cheese business, he's in the same, he's going through the same experience and same scenarios as all the other farms in Wisconsin's uh, um, where milk prices are dropping, the demand is dropping, yeah, it's gonna, I don't know. I think it will be a challenge for dairy farms as well as everybody else. So they're not singled out, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough time for dairy farms because you can't shut off maybe your crops that are growing, or you can't shut off your animals that are already producing. That product, the milk keeps coming, keeps flowing. The Yeah, the our family farm hasn't been asked directly to dump milk, but if some co-op and some farms are dumping milk, it's part of the whole milk scenario. It's all connected.
So, excuse me. So that's enough depressing stuff. Let's figure out how we can get people to eat more cheese, support the dairy farmers, support you. And when we talked about this, I snack on cheese. Do you eat cheese every day?
Yes. I totally eat cheese every day.
Okay,
Uh,
I do too.
well, let's I think we can link what we were talking about, like the demand for dairy products going down, the demand for cheese going down, because restaurants are closed, right?
Yeah.
Restaurants use a lot of cheese. They put a lot of cheese on the menu in the
Because it makes stuff delicious.
Yes, it makes stuff delicious. So it's crazy. And if we use that concept of cheese makes stuff delicious, that's why restaurants are doing it. We should go ahead and make our own stuff delicious. What we're cooking, making, snacking on at home, and why not have the same delicious that restaurants are doing? It's no secret. We can figure it out, and we can do it too.
All right, so let's show the first recipe we wanted to talk about today. A tomato basil cheddar cheese biscuit. And this is, a lot of people have probably had some cheddar biscuits at a well-known national seafood chain, but you made this, and this is a raw picture. Don't these look amazing? And you put a little twist on this. So tell us about the twist on this.
Are you talking about the tomato basil cheddar?
The tomato basil cheddar, the one and only.
That's the twist. So located this recipe, just looked it up. It's for a cheddar cheese biscuit. And I'm like, well, I can bump that up a notch and make a tomato basil cheddar cheese biscuit.
Damn.
So yes, just like that. And it was really, really good. Like just baking the cheese, and with the tomato and basil in it, like it livened up like everything. So it was really good flavor. The tomato and the basil really came through the biscuit, the cheesiness in the biscuit. And of course, you know, if you grab these biscuits when they're warm, I was putting butter on top of my tomato basil cheddar biscuits because that was needed.
Put some aggressive dairy farm support.
But you know what it did, Nick? It made it better. Like it literally did. Like if it was making it worse or neutral, like I wouldn't do it. Butter on a warm biscuit makes it better. That's why I was doing it.
All right, so maybe for Easter coming up, you want some biscuits. Instead of your boring, plain old biscuits, Hill Valley Dairy tomato basil cheddar and more butter, right? Those are those are the tips.
Yeah, butter on the table too. Absolutely.
So this is such an easy recipe. It's probably stuff people have laying around.
Oh yeah.
You don't even need yeast. You just preheat the oven, combine the stuff. I mean, did you do this with the kids?
This one I did not. The kids were like playing and entertained, so I did not interrupt them. I'm like, I'll just make the biscuits without them this time.
Well, you were scared they would take all of them if you 10 for Ron, 2 for the kids.
Yeah, no, kids didn't get involved in this. Yeah. You know, Nick, you said it's an easy recipe, and I think I told you already, like when I Googled cheese biscuit recipes, and looked at a few of them. I'm like, okay, some of these look like they're different or they could be better, but I don't have like cream of tartar in my Corona kitchen right now. I don't have like half and
Corona
half
kitchen.
in our Corona affected kitchen. Everybody knows what I mean,
Everybody knows,
right?
right?
I'm
Everybody's
I'm
got. I
cooking
guess
with what I got. I'm not running to the grocery store for an ingredient. No way. Um, so real simple recipe. You can probably find those things in most kitchens.
so. Let's check the comments. Kate Baker says, "Hi, Ron."
Hi, Kate.
Uh, Amanda Kirkman says, "I love cheese, breakfast, lunch, and dinner." We like to hear that.
Yes.
Katie Kleist Rothery says, "Cheese." Troy Shear says, "Nick, that looks like the wolf glass." In fact, it is. In here, I have the wolf from Three Sheeps. Ron has had the wolf at Three Sheeps with me. It's a
Yes.
bourbon barrel aged stout.
Mm-hmm.
It's a story for a different day,
Mm-hmm.
but that's another company that deserves your support. Three Sheeps Brewing in Sheboygan. They do some great stuff. Um, and then Trista, cheers. Thank you very much, Trista. Linda, thanks for sharing this. You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Carol Nevin, great interview, great guy and family. Thank you, Carol. I'm sure you're talking about Ron, not
That's
me.
that she used to be my neighbor.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she's still my neighbor. She's still here in Lake Geneva with us, but she used to
Oh,
be
we love
two
Carol.
houses away. Thank you,
Carol's
Carol.
great.
Hi, Carol.
All right. So, I have to say, this right here that I have to snack on is some very Gouda cheese. It is an aged Gouda.
Yeah.
Little special compared to your normal Gouda. All the recipes today are we have we have Gouda and cheddar recipes, but none of them have the super special aged Gouda in them. So good. Why aren't you eating this?
Is Gouda?
It's very Gouda.
It's Gouda. Yeah. So Nick, I thought we were going to talk about the history of cheese during this live casting, but the
History
trouble
of
is
cheese?
there's a lot of holes in that story. So
Love the cheesy dad jokes. If you ever listen to our Dinner Plus Drinks podcast, you know I'm a dad joke aficionado myself. I have to. So, do you have a favorite cheese that you make?
oh, Nick, that's like choosing a favorite child, right? Like I probably shouldn't say which cheese is my favorite, but of course I have one, right?
I have a favorite child.
Yeah, well, you can do that. You single
We have one.
single child dad there.
It's easy. Simona.
Yeah. Well, so I have two children, and if I only had two cheeses, it'd probably be easier to choose one. When I make like 10 cheeses, it's like
It's the Cajun cheddar, right?
yeah, the Cajun cheddar. So good it went extinct. It got overeaten.
It's like the
that's
tasted
my
so good we overhunted it.
yes. My wife's favorite cheddar is the Cajun flavored cheddar. So I discontinued making it.
And you're still married. It's unbelievable.
We are. That's create demand by just removing the product.
What's Ron's favorite cheese?
Oh,
everybody cares about Josie. Everybody cares about your kids. I care about you, Ron. What's your favorite cheese?
so can I say? I can say two. I'm gonna say two, Nick. I really like the aged Gouda, and I know it's not in the recipes today, but it's been in your shop, and it's.
Yep,
I've had
we
it
still
at
have
markets.
some. People can order it.
Awesome. And then I really love black pepper, so I lean towards my black pepper cheddar. When I was making those biscuits, I'm like, should I make a batch of black pepper cheddar biscuits as well? Someone else can do that. I didn't get around to it, but putting it's actually called butcher cracked black pepper in terms of how it's cracked into the cheddar. Yes. Put a nice amount in there so the pepper really comes through, and it's one of my favorites. I make it because I like black pepper.
I actually almost started snacking on that today, but we're a little tight on that. So I went with the whiskey Gouda instead because I figured you'd be doing that. So, all right, let's get to our next recipe. And this is a cheese classic. And this one is a double cheesy macaroni and cheese using both Gouda and medium cheddar. And look at those noodles. Look at how cheesy that is. Look at that.
Ooh.
So, Ron, what is the advantage of using 2 cheeses instead of 1 cheese?
Well, if 1 cheese is good, 2 cheeses is great.
Why don't we use 3, Ron?
I dare you. I dare you. That you'd probably never turn back. Um, so the highlight of 2 cheeses in here is the cheddar. We all know a really nice medium cheddar flavor, that solid cheddar flavor we're used to. But then introducing the Gouda into this adds a little bit more creaminess throughout the whole mac and cheese. Slight tanginess you can pick up too, as well as the cheddar flavors in the mac and cheese.
I love how well the Gouda mixes too, because whenever you're doing mac and cheese from scratch, I feel like no matter how good you are at making that sauce, the cheese sauce, the cheddar just gets a little stringy, runny.
Mm-hmm.
But adding in the Gouda, which melts a little bit better, I think, kind of evens that all out and just makes it a lot easier to make that cheese sauce from scratch. Mornay, if you want to be all Frenchy.
Yeah, that cheese sauce will flow better if you have a young Gouda like mine in there.
So I was thinking about, this was your recipe again. I really liked it. I was thinking about modifying it a little bit to add some bacon in. We do a Hill Valley Dairy Lake Geneva Country Meats bacon cheddar that one of these days we're going to do an oral history project about how much beer we drank and how many sample variations we tried to hit on that. But if you've never had bacon cheddar, you got to try that. Do you think it'd be good in this? Maybe some chopped bacon and bacon cheddar? Maybe that's a third cheese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Third cheese. And you don't even reduce the other cheeses. You just add 4 more ounces of cheese. Maybe you could add some more noodles.
More. I don't know. Do you really need more noodles? It's a box. Like, why would you add more than a box?
2 boxes? 8 ounces of bacon cheddar and another box of noodles. And now you got your leftovers. And, yeah. 7 ounces of noodles, I would eat that on my own. The mac and cheese. So in my house, I'm going to do 2 boxes, double the recipe. Now the family of 4 can eat.
Wisdom from Ron.
Yeah.
More carbs, more butter, more cheese.
Wait. Is 7 ounces, is that like mac and cheese as a side dish? Or mac and cheese is like the dinner?
Oh, not as dinner. I mean, we can do.
You put the bacon cheddar in there. Now that's my dinner, and I have like good bread on the side, maybe. Maybe fruits and vegetables for the kids.
What if you chopped up some red pepper and put it in the mac and cheese?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you'd have some good stuff.
Yeah, that's a trick to use when you want more for yourself. When you have little kids in the house, like, oh, it's a little spicy, got a little hot. Maybe you kids just want plain noodles, and I'll have the mac and cheese.
Little dad advice here. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, can I show off the cheeses that are?
Yeah, show them off.
If I can get them in the right place, right lighting over here. There we go.
Oh yeah, medium cheddar, Gouda.
And Gouda, yes.
I love the new labels. You guys just did that recently, right?
It was this past summer. Rolled them out this past summer. Yep.
That's so cool. You guys are. I think it's so cool that you're a homegrown business, growing from the ground up with local cheese from your family. It's not like you have some hedge fund billionaire investing in you. I know some people. Being some sort of fly-by-night cheesemaker, but I have made cheese with you, Ron, and you are the real deal. And this is what we should be supporting in America. More cheese, beautiful branding, and man, I'm going to eat some more of the cheddar. So if you could make any cheese in the world, you said your favorites. What is the cheese you would like to make? What's your dream cheese? What's your Moby Dick that you're chasing?
So my dream cheese, and I think I'm We'll just talk about it as a dream cheese right now. uh, Nick, I had a cheese. So if the moon was made of cheese, I want
It
to make
is.
yeah. So I want to make a cheese that tastes like the moon. That's made of cheese.
Isn't that an ice cream? Blue Moon?
Wow. Does that taste like the moon?
I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I want some. That's my cheese dream. That you taste it and it tastes as though the moon were made of cheese and you're eating a piece of that cheese that the moon is made of.
That
Um,
is quite the thing.
yeah.
Kate Baker wants to know where she can get one of those T-shirts.
Oh, that's uh call the number on the Hill Valley Dairy website. Ask Josie for a T-shirt.
Josie will get that right out.
Well, Nick, at dinner tonight, we were talking about this. We were literally talking about this. Josie is hoping to set up for us a T-shirts for sale. So Kate Baker and others, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Coming soon
Yes.
to Hill Valley Dairy.
Thanks for asking. I'd love to see this, shirt out there.
I need a hat. That's what I need. All right, so let's get to our last recipe. This one's from me. I'm an Irish man. My grandma loved the potato soup. I feel like she even country meats loves the potato soup. And you know how you make potato soup better? 2 cups of Hill Valley Dairy Gouda. It makes it so
Two
Gouda.
cups.
2 cups.
Awesome.
2 cups. And this is shredded, so you don't, like cut the cheese and put it in the cup. You shred the cheese. This is always the problem with measurements, right? Is, whatever. People give me crap about this when I write recipes all the time. Take your cup, put your cheese grater box grater on top of the cup, shred the Gouda. It's not going to all go in the cup. The bourbon people have angel share that evaporates. I have not in the cup share that you can then eat the Gouda.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you like creamy, rich, smooth potato soups, if you like ham, if you're having a ham this Easter and you got some left over to cube up, this recipe, this is the bomb. I promise. I don't make soup all the time. This is one of my favorites to make, and it is so Gouda. I, no lie, use the Hill Valley Dairy Gouda just to make it that little bit better. You will also see there's a lot of butter. What is the motto of today? More butter, more Gouda.
Uh-huh. Wait, are there 6 tablespoons in a stick of butter?
There's 8 usually.
There's 8, that's it. So when I have a recipe that says like 5 tablespoons or more, like I just do the whole stick. Do you ever do that? Is that like
No, Ron, I don't.
I do.
You're like a skinny guy too. How do you do this?
Josie gives me the most compliments on the recipe where I don't trim off that like.
Oh, I thought you were saying your body.
Both, especially when it's in the kitchen making food. So, like when the recipe says 6 or 7 tablespoons and I don't trim off those 1 or 2 extra tablespoons, I get the most compliments on those recipes.
Everybody loves butter. A little bit more salt, a little bit more butter, maybe a touch of MSG, and definitely more cheese.
So Nick, I just noticed all 3 of our recipes require shredding the cheese, right?
Yes, they do.
And they also require these are good recipes because of good ingredients. So typically you're going to end up shredding your own cheese if you want good cheese for shredded recipes or shredded purposes, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a hurdle. Like we talked about, like I deliver cheese to a restaurant in town in Lake Geneva here, and they put 5-pound blocks. I think they got to cut them a little bit, but basically they shred 5-pound loaves at a time, and then it ends up on their sandwiches and their soups all over their dishes and stuff like that, because their shredding is so easy. They have a machine that's doing all the shredding. And I'll admit I used to not shred my own cheese. Yeah. And I started shredding my own cheese and 2 things. One, all the cheese things became better because I was shredding my own better quality cheese. And two, shredding cheese is not hard. It's really easy.
It's really easy. You can get a box grater for like $7 at Target, and that's Target pricing.
Yeah. Box grater, that's all you need. If you want to step it up, you can, buy some other grater. I'll say
Oh,
I
you have a grater, Ron?
No, yes. It is grater. Let me tell you about this grater. It's really Gouda. Actually bought it at that Swiss store, the big Swiss product store, IKEA.
IKEA? That's Swedish, Ron.
Oh no! Is this live? Can we edit this? Do we have overseas? We have doesn't. Nick. Hey, let's talk about this grater I got from IKEA, where they sell Swedish meatballs, by the way, and other Swedish, maybe all
and
Swedish.
Swiss Emmentaler cheese. I mean,
it's very confusing. Oh, maybe I should apologize before laughing this off. Sorry. However, the Swedish cheese grater, it's like a little blue dish thing with a grater lid that fits over the top of it, and it's got like a rubbery bottom. So you just set it on the counter, it stays still. I think in another year I'll let my daughter start using it. Like it's safe.
How old is she? 4, 5? She's 5 because she's
almost old enough to grate cheese.
She's a year older than her boyfriend.
Arr. Arr. Hey Nick, what is a pirate's favorite cheese? Cheddar. Dad joke.
I love that. So I want to show everybody if Ron's dad jokes didn't scare you off, and you'd like to buy some of his cheeses. We obviously have a bunch at Lake Geneva Country Meats. Usually you can come in, pick them all out, and certainly you can call us, order what you'd like, but we're doing something a little special right now. If you go to our online gift shop, just go to our website, lgmeats.com, go to the gift shop here, go to the food pre-order category, select Hill Valley Dairy Cheese Bundle. You will notice these 3 cheeses are the 3 cheeses we use in the recipes today. And for just $15, you can get blocks of each one of them. You could choose medium cheddar, garlic dill cheddar, tomato basil cheddar, and Gouda. We did not feature the garlic dill cheddar today, but it is very good.
So
add it to your cart.
Nick, it looks like if I wanted, I could get 2 mediums and 1 Gouda. Is that?
Yeah, you could do that if
nice.
you wanted to do that. If you wanted to do 3 tomato basil cheddars because it's, the most delicious, the most attractive of all the cheddars you make.
It is a beautiful looking cheese.
You could do all of that. So however you want to do it, but we'll get you, everything varies a little bit. It's not going to be, you're going to get a label on it. It's not going to be exactly $15, but we promise you it'll be at least a $15 value worth of Hill Valley Dairy cheese. You are supporting Ron, Josie, his children, his brother Frank, everybody that is making this cheese. I think right now, more than ever, deliciousness matters, and making your food at home taste good matters, and supporting the people that make our community matters. So maybe don't place this order for Easter pickup. If you really need to, do that. We got a lot of orders in right now, but think about putting one of these orders in. When you put it in your cart, you can select when you'd like to pick it up. Get a couple blocks of cheese, make these recipes, snack on them. Ron, close your ears. Ron is one of the nicest, hardest working, kindest, best people I know, and definitely deserves your support. So definitely, if you're watching this, you like what we're doing, and you like cheese, please buy some of Ron's. Obviously, there's a lot of other people around the state of Wisconsin that make great cheese, but Ron happens to be my very good friend, the guy in our back door. I say this with Fully Menu's friend, he's made some of the best cheeses I've ever had in my life, and I've had some pretty darn good ones. So if you want to do that, check this out on our website. $15. You're going to save a little bit of money, maybe not a lot, but a little bit, and you can pick it up at the store. So I hope everybody does that. That's what I got. You can.
Oh
yeah.
No, yeah.
Earmuffs off. Earmuffs off. Yeah. So what else we got going on? What's going on?
You know what's going on, Nick? The cheese business wise, is really cool, really excited because I'm making some progress on it right now. Is doing some cheese aging rooms, cheese aging facility at the farm. Let's see. The beginning of this week, finished laying the tile floor and sealing the tile floor. In the next week or two, going to be doing electric and plumbing so that, hopefully as we come out of coronavirus and so forth, can start aging some more unique cheeses, some more specialty artisan, flavorful cheeses. I'll tell you this, the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture is not inspecting any new facilities right now. So I am going to have to wait until they're put back out in the field, and I'm not, no rush. When it comes, it'll be the right time when it happens. But
you might have the pirate cheddar, but you're not a pirate cheese maker. You're not going to just release unlicensed cheese.
No, this isn't, I don't know,
unlicensed
garage or something, not unlicensed, gonna wait until I get my inspection and the thumbs up. And
fun fact,
new cheese.
You are licensed by the state of Wisconsin to make cheese, right?
Yes. Yeah, I have a Wisconsin cheesemaker license. Not if my wallet was on me, it would be on me, but it's not at the moment.
I think that's got to be one of the coolest licenses you can have.
do you not have a license for
for meat making? No, just cheese making. Kate Baker says, "You guys are too cheesy." I say, "Shut up, Kate. We're having just enough cheese."
Yeah, more cheese the better.
More cheese, better cheese. All right, so I think we should probably wrap this up here.
We probably should, soon. Yeah.
But this has been.
Hey, Nick, wait. I'm sorry, I'm extending a little bit, but what are you doing now? What's going on?
Oh, we're doing this whole curbside thing. We too have an aging facility that's a little experimental, and I don't want to spoil the fun, but because the people have watched us for this long, stay tuned. We might have another bundle of Lake Geneva Country Meats Hill Valley Dairy experimental products coming people's way soon. Takes a little bit more work, but we might have some aged meats that might be good with some aged cheeses. So stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We're just, as my friend Julie says, we're digging and donging, keeping it up, and it's better to be 6 feet over than 6 feet under, as they say. So, on that note, Ron, it's been a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for joining us, and maybe we can do this again. I mean, who knows how long we'll be in quarantine?
Yeah.
I mean, we've done this in person plenty of times. So if you guys that are watching have some things you would like to see us do virtually, share.
Yeah, let us know. We'll keep rolling out some meaty things, cheesy things for anybody who wants to watch.
To everybody who tuned in thinking this is another episode of Dancing with Miss Josie, I apologize. But if you have a young child that would like to dance, she's got some great Facebook Lives about dancing with your kids. They're very good. I would definitely recommend those.
Yep, live on Saturday again.
Live on Saturday.
Yeah.
Check her out. Stars Dance Academy. Call her for your Hill Valley Dairy t-shirt needs. And buy some cheese. Buy some cheese.
Interject. The fact that Kate brought that up is only gonna help make this happen. So thank you, Kate. Appreciate that. Josie will appreciate that. You're on her team. You're on the t-shirt team with her. So there you go.
All right. We'll have a good night. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon.
Good night, everybody.